Hello, my dear ones. Hope you are doing well. I'm sorry for my voice. I'm having the flu, taking some time off, but not off from you because I'm coming to share with you the arrival of the I Don't Care Oracle. Now, this deck, oh my gosh, it's a long story. We published it in 2022, 23, I don't remember the right year, but we published the first volume, which was 42 or 44 cards, and then we added another 42 or 40 cards. So now the account is 82 cards. Yeah, that was a long journey with this deck. I created it with my friend Steph. She is an amazing inspiration. She got these ideas for the cards, and we worked with two different artists. I'm happy that I have published it with her. We published many copies and they were all out of print, and then I discovered that there is a copy infringement or fraud going on with the copies of this deck. And some people contacted me. I'm still trying to resolve it, but things that are made in China are so difficult to deal with, and sometimes I choose to put my energy into continuing to create and construct, and people who have at heart the survival of indie creators and writers will know what to do, will know that there's a lot of effort put into this work. It's not just a product to sell, it's an idea we are selling, and an oracle, but we are sharing a principle. And so some of the clients reached to me asking me if I would reprint it. I talked with Steph and we decided to do a very, very limited edition because I'm traveling, I'm having so many projects, I cannot deal with big quantities. So this copy is really the one I want to have when I'm traveling. There is no edging, I wanted it simple. No box because I'm using my pouches, but at the same time it has a very personal touch because this time I'm adding a manifesto. So what is this manifesto about? Manifesto 2026, and you will receive it if you order this copy. It's a declaration for what I don't care about and for what I care about. This deck it could be feminist, activist, environmentalist, ecologic, and so much more because it's printed. I printed it in Europe, and all the packaging you will receive is really handmade, and you see a lot of attention I'm putting there for each copy. It's a deck that we want to share our principles, or a reminder of our principles for 2026. How do we want to live? What do we want to defend? What are the values that we cherish alone or with the community? And I believe you are my community. Even if I have different spheres, I am in the goddess study spheres, I'm in the matriarchal study spheres, I'm in the university study spheres, working with therapy and herbalism spheres. I'm into many areas, and in those areas we have different interests, but at the same time there is a deep love for what is alive. There is a deep love, for passion, for peace. And I believe all our creations speak of these values, speak of these desires and dreams, of different reality that we are building together. And I really believe we are building it together. However and whomever is in our community, whether we are 5, we are 10, we are hundreds, thousands, it starts by individuals like you and me. And so hopefully you will feel that message through the deck for this new edition. it's a velvet touch because I love the velvet touch. I could, like, I know some people don't like big decks, but to be honest, I love the velvet touch, and it's the cards last longer, and for me, and it allows me to have a personal relationship with them. So hopefully you enjoy that as well. So that was the introduction of why the reprint in very small quantities, even if I know many of you are asking for it. But we will see how the future goes. In the previous time, I decided not to do it because I knew I would be really busy with many other things in my life. But yeah, hopefully this will kind of satisfy that call, because I believe it's a big call as well for many. So now this is the energy around the deck and my motivation. But let's see. I want to talk to the deck. I want the deck to talk to us and tell us what is it coming to do at the moment. What is the energy around it at this moment? What is it coming to? No? What is it coming to do? Lotus, go get some fresh air. So true, so true. We are just living under pressure, as if like it's French, where coco minute, and like as if like something is cooking for so long, and we are seeing the world crumbling and many events happening, and one wonder what can we do about it? What is happening in the world? How can I make a sustainable future for my children, for the next generation? How can I survive? What about my own security, physical, financial, emotional, mental? I have this image of, when you train to shoot, in shooting, you have this paper and you continue shooting to have these points. I feel that we are like a paper and everything is shooting at us, and that weakens our immune system, our divine protection, our own belief that we are protected, and so much more. And so this deck is coming in time. Really interesting that bringing hope, bringing inspiration, aspiration for what is next. We are seeing the end of something, but I really love this, like flying. Okay, it's the end, but where are we going? Like, what is the type of word you want to have? I was having a reading by Tara. She's amazing. I love her readings, and she was telling me, some people are related to the future, but at the same time the past. And I believe they're very interesting because the same week, and you're gonna see it in Substack, I'm having this message from the pony and the white rose, inviting us to travel to different dimensions of ourselves and bring them here. It's the end of us on what we thought we are. We're bringing new reality, and that's new reality begins by getting fresh air and reimagining, not from a personal perspective, but from, I love this, going on a journey from a spiritual perspective. What is coming? These times, like the ancient did prophecies for us, we can bring prophecies. For myself, I brought the prophecy of the queens of the desert, and the Sahara, and I'm sharing that in my future books. So what prophecy are you bringing? So yeah, beautiful. Is it coming? And I was wondering, like, what would be the right exchange for this deck. I was wondering what would be the perfect price that I could put for, because it is handmade, everything is really handmade. The price would be a little bit not like the other decks that people print somewhere else. So I want to see what is it saying. This is really nice. So, what price or what type of exchange can I put? Very interesting, because what it's saying, this is interesting, kind of, okay, you care too much about the finances, but at the same time, you can say, I love this say it louder, because I had this inspiration to do this with you. How a deck decides for itself, how a deck values, brings our values out. It's like you are seeing the background or the studio before something goes out, right? By the time you see this video, I have already put the price and I have already published the announcement. But this is really interesting. I don't know regarding the price. I have a lot of consideration when putting the price for my clients. I try to be very mindful about their abilities, but at the same time, I need also to show you what is included when we do this type of work. It's really not just like it takes time to print, but also to the manifesto I wrote, for example, or the packaging for each one, or the idea of finding the right package and the right box, and all these times we don't consider them when we are selling. So I'm saying louder what the creation takes from us, and you can participate in that. So I might offer like two prices, and for this is just like depending on your own budget, your own capacity. If you want to support us, you have the all the options that's to be said. Like if you so that's how I feel it. I feel different prices, and asking you to participate according to your abilities. So the last question would be, where would be the best area or environment that I could share this work with? Where is the as I was beautiful, so interesting. I was drawing the card. I'm feeling I want to draw another card. As I was drawing the card, I felt something coming about the area. I feel this deck is about discussion. Is about what we are silencing deep down. Say It Louder is a card that came often since I received the deck. But it's not about shouting it. I don't feel shouting things on social media is the key. Last weekend I had an expo, and I met so many interesting people. I offered 2 conferences about discovering our inner archetypes, and we had conversation, and I used indigenous methodologies to learn with them. So I was not the teacher, I was making space so that we all learn together. And that was so empowering and so different for them. I believe that we are missing spaces for discussion. So I feel this deck is inviting itself into spaces where we are feeling that we failed something. We failed to understand, we failed a project, we are feeling that we failed the world, we failed our souls. How can we heal that together? How can we discuss those things together, accept what we are, and move on? This is really interesting. Let's be crazy. Party, I don't care. Creating parties around this topic, that would be really, really interesting. So maybe we can launch a movement, each one that will get this deck creates at least an I don't care event with your children, friends, or maybe in bigger community, to open a space of, okay, what is it there to share? What do you feel you failed? And then let's be crazy. Let's hear music. We created with staff a playlist, music playlist on Spotify, I think. We'll try to find it because I moved from Spotify to Tidal because of their involvement in businesses that I don't agree with. So maybe I can share that with you as well. So yeah, I was not expecting this to be like this, but this is just the fun when the deck speaks to us. Now we'll end with maybe just one last message from the deck, one last message about whatever it needs to speak about. Oh my, oh, it's very interesting. Game over. Yeah, it's game over. So don't sustain a game that is already ending. Let's create what we want. It's very interesting because many of us, you know, when I talk to people, they were feeling imprisoned. They don't know how to do, what to do. Imprisoned mind, imprisonment and emotional. But this one is saying, right, it's time over. It's game over. Time to sleep or to wake up or to pass into action, because you know we don't know if the boy here or the girl is standing up or it's time for her or him to sleep, you know. But at least it is time. This is the time. Let's dream together. Let's build different things together. And please let me know if this video spoke to you. Even if you don't get the deck, you can offer that space of I don't care to, you know, using other cards, using collage as some do, using drawing and so on. So wishing you a great journey, and if you want to support us, I will leave the link below, and the delivery will start in April. So waiting for the last boxes to arrive, and then I will start shipping. So wishing you a great day, great journey.